All right, we're live. Welcome to another episode of Not Mainstream, March 30th, 2018. And it's going to be the last one for March. This week is concluding March, and Sunday is Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Good Friday. Happy
Yes.
Passover. Uh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so all that's happening. April 1st. Oh, happy April Fool's Day.
And April Fool's
Man,
Day. That's right. Yeah.
that's
They just both
funny.
happen to fall on yeah, they just
Yeah.
both happen to fall on the same day this year.
Sorry, the Easter Bunny couldn't come. Oh, happy April Fool. All right, so let's get
Yep.
down to some business and unpack all this because a lot has happened within the week. And let's get started what happened last Saturday, which was the March for Our Lives event. I want to say,
Oh, yeah.
Hitler Youth concert, the Nazi Germany um, supporting people, whatever you want to call it. These kids are like freaking Hitler Youth right now. But let's go ahead and start unpacking this. So last week they did the whole March for Our Lives event, 100% bought and paid for by every single Hollywood celebrity that you can think of. George Soros, every single leftist, every single left organization that there is. And, they bust people in, and they still couldn't get a decent turnout. The fake news media said that over 800,000 people is going to show up. Well, in reality, only almost 200,000, close to 200,000, they said. And they
Yeah,
also
something
said that,
like that.
less than 10% of the people participating were actually teenagers. So hopefully
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
that does not surprise me. I mean, they probably brought in some slightly older individuals that were over like 18 and older
Hmm.
and all that, and made it seem like they were still, that they were younger.
Hmm.
That would be the kind of thing that's the kind of thing they would do to pump up the numbers. You see,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
um,
Um,
you have it Hogg, who's really becoming a pain in the ass, if you ask me. I mean,
and
he
he did that
is. That's
little
just
Nazi salute, with the fist in the
yeah,
air. Although this is really good for us, basically, because we see the left, and we see people like David Hogg and say, "Oh, I'm not against the Second Amendment, even though I want to take your guns away." I mean, they
mm-hmm.
obviously they're out in the open saying repeal the Second Amendment, and we had former Justice John Roberts, I believe it was Justice Stevens,
John Paul something
John Paul,
Stevens, John Paul
yeah,
Stevens. Yeah,
came out with the New York Times editorial say repeal the Second Amendment, get these people's guns away. And yeah, so this is going into the whole gun confiscation that I posted on topics of discussion anyway. But yeah, I mean, they're flat out in the open saying take the guns away, even if you have to
yeah.
confiscate them.
Because we all know that that guns like to jump up off tables and shoot themselves.
Yeah.
They don't need they don't need anybody to pick them up and shoot them off. Hey, they're the big problem.
Hmm. Yeah. You know, I was thinking about doing a really funny video. I might just do that video. Yeah, I'm going to do that video. Yeah. You will see what I'm going to do. I'm going to video it and I'm going to post it, and it's going to be freaking hilarious. All right, so but continuing on, this is going to be good for us heading into the midterm
Well,
elections because
yeah, and
it's pumping
here's
up.
the thing.
Go ahead.
There was an incident that happened. I want to say, was it Michigan, where a high school student used a knife
Oh
and
yeah.
stabbed 22 students. Okay, so let's have knife control now. Yes, I mean, I know we've talked about this.
Mhm.
We've mentioned this, but it still bears repeating. You know, I mean, they're everybody wants to talk about gun control, but hey, like I said, let's have knife control. Let's have car control. Let's have water control.
Yeah.
Let's have building control. Because, hey, people push each other off buildings all the time.
Yeah.
Baseball bat control.
I mean, here's the thing. If they want to ban every single scary thing that can kill people, then ban everything that there is, because anything can kill people.
Mm-hmm. And there, any kind of means can be turned into a weapon. I mean, hey, let's have rope control. This is paracord. Let's have rope control because people can do this number. Somebody come up behind you and do that. See?
Well, cell phone control because people can beat their heads over it or something. I don't know. But here's the thing. The only reason they're after the guns is to basically enslave all of us, to control us. You know, once you get the guns, you can control the people. I mean, you saw that with Nazi Germany. You saw that with North Korea. You saw that with every single dictatorship in history. And then, I mean, just because they take the guns away doesn't mean it's going to cut down on crime. And in fact, it's going to increase it because there's more people going to buy guns off the black market because they won't be able to get anything.
Yeah, because you know, and listen, yes, this country does have a ban on assault rifles, but people are still able to get them.
Mm-hmm.
There, you know, if you know the right people, and if you got X, you can get an assault weapon.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at, I know Breaking Bad is fiction, but it's more in a reality base. You see Larson, he's a black market guy that can give you guns with the serial numbers scraped off. I mean, that's actually is true. I mean, there are people like that dude on Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is, you know, as you mentioned, yes, that has a basis in reality. That has some connection to reality because, yes, there are individuals who profit, you know, who profit that way.
Mm-hmm.
They profit by saying, hey, you know, I've got a gun for you. I got a weapon for you, rifle, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not legal in this country, but hey, I can get it to you. I can sell it to you.
Yeah. And then,
So,
you know, people like to point to Australia for tight gun control. And I mean, there's been multiple articles of, you know, the black market for guns in Australia is through the roof because of it.
Yeah. That's not shocking at all. It's not surprising. This whole gun control thing is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I was going to say, you know, it's actually going to help us going into the midterm elections because what it's doing, it's like brewing the people that's pro Second Amendment up to go out and vote against these people that wants to grab the gun grabbers. And I mean, there's an article posted from the Washington Times that 39% of Democrats do indeed want to repeal the Second Amendment. That tells you something right there. And then, you know, you have Justice Paul, you know, he exposed, you know, everything that they wanted to do, which is
John Paul Stevens. Yeah, John Paul Stevens. Yeah. He wants a full. He's just being right. They're being right out front with it. They're not even bothering to hide it.
Yeah, and then there was like a whole bunch of backlash because of that. There was multiple articles saying Justice Stevens needs to be quiet and stay out of this because, you know, it's going to hurt us in the midterm elections. And, you know, I you know, as much as I hate David Hogg and the Sinead O'Connor wannabe, whatever her name is, Sinead O'Connor wannabe, and all the other
her.
And all the other gun grabbers out there to shut up and be quiet. I want them to keep talking because this is going to help us. We know we can win back. You know, we can win a super majority of the House because of this.
Well, you know, I think those individuals are very misguided. I think that I don't know but it's almost as if they are allowing themselves to be manipulated like this. Well, an argument could be made that that's what's happening with them. They're allowing themselves to be manipulated.
I think they've probably been taking. I think they've
Especially,
probably been eating too many Tide Pods.
probably like
Go ahead.
Hogg and this like Hogg and this skin-headed girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we're not, we are not saying that the Parkland shooting was not a tragedy. It certainly was, no question about it. It was a tragedy. But to say but to always at the guns and point to the guns and say, well, it's the guns' fault and all this crap. No. Again, I mean, guns are inanimate objects. It takes a person to operate a gun. Whether it's a rifle, whether it's a pistol, whether it's semi-automatic, automatic, I don't care what it is. It takes an individual to pick up a gun, or pick up a rifle, pick up a pistol, whatever.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because there's multiple signs at that rally that says guns don't kill. People kill. No, wait a minute. People do kill people. Guns do kill people, or something like that. They were saying they blame the guns and all that on these stupid signs. And you have some kids have signs that says F the NRA. And then you have and it was not a grassroots organization protest. It was fully funded. It was fully funded.
This was not some organic. This was not some organic or march or whatever. This is well funded and well planned.
Yeah, just like with the women's marches and any other big marches that occur the past couple of years.
Well, if it's anything, anything the left, anything like this that the left does, generally it's anything that the left does. It's never spontaneous. It's never organic. It's always well planned and well funded by Soros.
I
mean, this whole thing is just, I don't know. This is just ridiculous. I'm sure that listen. I'm sure that those leftists, even though some of these leftists say repeal the Second Amendment and all that stuff, some of them have probably got guns themselves. Or if they're celebrities, they're protected by bodyguards that have guns.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because Chelsea Handler had a comeback.
This makes them very hypocritical. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this makes them very hypocritical.
Yeah. And going back to the celebrities, I was going to say that Chelsea Handler had a comeback because of her armed bodyguards. And she said, my armed bodyguards don't shoot children and all that. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're anti-gun, but though you still have armed guards. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And it's just another hypocritical of the left. You see all these, Hollywood movies, promoting violence, like Death Wish and other movies with glorifying guns and everything. And then you have, George Clooney, who was in From Dusk Till Dawn, the vampire movie, where he was, shooting up people and shooting up vampires and everything. You have George Clooney saying, F the NRA and stop supporting that, and, turning your guns and all that other nonsense. And I'm like, dude, you've been in plenty of movies that you've had guns and fired a gun. And I'm like, so hypocritical. But I'm not worried about no celebrities. I could care less about celebrities at this point.
They're just showing how hypocritical they are anyway. So, I mean, if this is how they feel, then they should. I mean, Here's the thing. They all have the right to talk. They have the right to speak, but they don't have the right to, be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have the right to criticize them and say, hey, you guys are way off track here.
Yeah. But
and we'll get into. Let's see. We'll get into. I was going to say one celebrity that I'm sure does not reflect what these celebrities believe is Roseanne, and we'll get into that.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get into Roseanne.
Way.
But let's see here. But going back to David Hogg and this whole anti-gun rhetoric, which is anti-gun rhetoric, Laura Ingraham called him out about his about him whining and complaining because he can't get into his college. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, poor little Hoggy. Can't get into college. And David Hogg had a tweet to say, oh, boycott Laura Ingraham. Make sure her advertisers are pulled. I'm like, geez. Okay, first off, he wants to freaking appeal the Second Amendment, First Amendment too. I'm coming out and saying it. He hates the Second Amendment. He wants the First Amendment to be repealed as well because Laura Ingraham, she has every single right to criticize that guy. He is in the public face. He's in the public square. And you know what? And I blame his former FBI father and CNN mother for that because if they didn't want him in the public square, they could have swept him under the rug. But they didn't. So he's out, full frontal up in the public square, and he's complaining and whining because I'm 17 and I can't be cyberbullied and bullied by these grown adults. I mean, that's what the left does. They use children as shields so that if you try and criticize them, they can come back at you and say, oh, you're bullying them. Oh, you're picking on them. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Well, you know what? They're in the public square. We have every right to criticize anyone. It doesn't matter how old they are or what they look like or their gender or whatever. It doesn't matter. If they're in the public square, we have every single right to criticize them.
Yeah, we do. I mean, and listen, Laura Ingraham, I'm not going to sit here and say that Laura Ingraham, is immune from criticism. Nobody's immune from criticism.
Yeah.
Especially if they are public with what they do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, she had the right to say what she said.
Yeah, I support her First Amendment
right.
And she also apologized. And, David Hogg, being the little whiny brat he is, said, oh, I'm not going to accept your apology unless you denounce Fox News. And I'm like, geez. See, this is how much hatred this kid has in his heart.
I don't apologize. I really don't believe she should have apologized. I don't really see where she said anything wrong, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with what she said.
That's just me personally speaking.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really see where she said anything that was all that bad. I mean, compared to compared to the way he reacted to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like she called them names and everything, called them, stink face or whatnot. It's just like she was just reporting on his story that, he was whining and complaining that he couldn't get into, Harvard and all these other colleges, which, it's kind of shocking to me because.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's these freaking snowflakes, these freaking leftist snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
And, to be quite honest, and just to be fair, there are conservative snowflakes as well. There are conservatives that act to things that they should not react to, or in the way that they react. But, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this individual, David Hogg.
Yeah.
It's like if he wants to stay free of criticism, there's only one thing he can do: keep his mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your mouth shut if you don't want to be criticized.
Absolutely, or at least take it like a freaking man. You're 17. To be honest with you, I don't believe that he's really 17, and I don't believe that he actually went to that school, because there's been reports out, because he had contradicting statements. The first statement, he said he was in his AP science class when the shooting happened, and then he gave another interview and he said he was at home when the shooting happened, and that he went on his bike to go to the school for some odd reason, and then that's when the shooting happened. So I don't believe anything that kid says.
Well, I mean, there are reports. I don't know how true these are, but there are reports that some of his quote unquote classmates have said, yeah, he is in this school and he is here. Now, I can't verify that those things are true. I cannot verify that that's true. I don't know.
What gets me is that I don't think he's ever been back to that school since the shooting happened. He's been so hell-bent on going on TV 24/7 and going to these rallies and going to wherever he's going to. And, I mean, shouldn't the school step in and say, hey, you need to get back to school. Whether you like it or not, you got to get back and finish out. Because he's a senior? He's an alleged senior. He needs to finish out. I mean, him skipping school like that is a really, really bad thing, because his parents can get their parents for truancy violations.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because I'm not sure. I don't know what the truancy laws are in Florida or maybe in that city, but I'm sure that after a certain amount of time, the truant officer comes around and says, "Hey, why are you not in school?"
Yeah.
So, and again, that's only I'm only basing that on what are the what are the laws of the city, what are the laws of the school or whatever, or the laws of the state.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if truancy falls under city jurisdiction or state jurisdiction. I'm not really sure.
Probably state.
There might be some element of the state that might also depend on the city. They might just leave it up to the city.
Yeah, a local thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my big red flag for me, is that I don't think he's ever been back to the school since. That's the big red flag for me.
Yeah, it's like he drops out of high school to become an activist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did an interview and said that his teachers were okay with him missing a lot of school like that. And I'm like, really? Really, the teachers are okay with that? Yeah, I kind of find that hard to believe. I'm putting
I don't believe that either. I don't believe the teachers would be okay with a young student missing school.
Yeah,
I just don't believe that at all.
Yeah, maybe there might be some teachers who are activist teachers and who are leftist teachers that might be okay with it, but that's like a handful. But yeah, I don't believe that many of them teachers are going to be okay with that. Like, missing tests, missing homework. I agree.
Yeah, I just do not believe that the teacher is, because those teachers, they have to follow the law just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have concerns about students, things of that nature.
Yeah.
They can't just they can't ignore the law. We'll just put it that way. They cannot ignore the law.
Yeah. Absolutely. And plus, the teachers have to document if the student is there or not. Take attendance and everything. So, it's going to be quite interesting, because I got a feeling, and I was just thinking about this. Graduation is coming up, probably around May or June, depending on where what high school does where. I got a feeling that he's going to show up at that graduation, and he's going to speak at that graduation. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Oh yeah, that would not shock me at all. Would not surprise me. That would not be shocking to me. It wouldn't be shocking if he were asked to like give a keynote address or whatever.
Yeah, be valedictorian.
Or now, to be fair, do we know if he switched to homeschooling or not? Do we know if that's true?
I haven't heard a thing about that, and I don't think he has said anything about that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'm just I'm just trying to be fair with this. I mean, maybe he's gone to homeschooling.
I was thinking homeschool too, but I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, and I don't think he said anything about homeschooling either.
I mean, I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of David Hogg, but I'm just looking at this from all angles. As far as
I completely agree.
Is he taking home? Is he homeschooling? Is he being homeschooled?
Yeah, I completely agree. So we need to, exactly go throughout this at all angles. Because, I mean, it's just, the thing is so suspicious because you had the FBI, the local sheriff, school, had numerous reports about this fellow student, and they didn't do anything about that. It's just so suspicious. Mm-hmm. And, the FBI, is a corrupt organization. And I wouldn't be surprised if they turn their head on purpose, allowing something like that to happen so that they can advance the gun control narrative.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And I mean, was it Rush Limbaugh calls who buy into this leftist propaganda young skulls full of mush? I mean, that's
David Knight. I listen to David Knight, and you know how the thing useful idiots. He calls them youthful idiots. Youthful idiots.
I think that's a pretty apt description.
Yeah. So I think we got the whole gun control thing taken care of. Again, they are after our guns. No question about it. No matter.
They really are.
No matter how you slice it, dice it, whatever, they are after the guns. And they will make guns number one priority if they get the House back. So, which is why we've got to go out there. We've got to motivate people to go out and vote for, pro Second Amendment people, pro First Amendment people, pro Constitution in general. Pro Constitution in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see here. Speaking, so we was talking about celebrities earlier. Let's get down to our girl Roseanne.
Yeah.
Roseanne.
Yeah. I didn't watch the show live, but I watched it online.
I'm gonna have to do that. I didn't watch it at all. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because I read.
It's 2 episodes. Yeah. The first it was a 1 hour. It was a 1 hour block. It was 2 episodes, and but before that, I don't know if you saw it. She actually went on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Yeah, I did saw the clip of her on Kimmel. And told him, she told Kimmel to shut the fuck up because
his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw her on Kimmel.
It was she and John Goodman.
Yeah, and I think John Goodman
and they were saying
like, conservative, or at least a conservative
I think so.
libertarian.
And they were sitting on a couch, which was similar to the one that's on the show. Yeah, the Roseanne couch, yeah. And one thing that Roseanne said that I thought was interesting in the interview, because, Kimmel was bashing President Trump and everything. Mm-hmm. And Roseanne basically said, you know what? It's not like I moved. It's like you guys moved farther left.
Yeah.
You guys moved away from me. I didn't move. I didn't go anywhere. You guys left. You guys moved.
Yeah. I heard her say that. She also said that you guys went so far out and nobody ever watches you anymore. And she said that she used to watch Jimmy Kimmel, but not anymore because of, him going so far out.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was a good interview. It was a great interview. I thought
it was.
Roseanne, I would love to see. Actually, Sean Hannity asked Roseanne if she would like to host her host his show for one night, and him and her is DMing on Twitter back and forth. So she might actually host Hannity one time, or hopefully a week.
Nice.
But I would love to have Roseanne have a her own show, or at least a podcast or something, to talk politics, to talk what's going on in the world.
Yeah,
I would definitely listen to that.
That would be great. Yeah. I probably heard some things about the premiere, about the show, what happened on the show.
I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any things that can considered spoilers, but I don't think you can really spoil a sitcom like that. But I heard that there's that Darlene's son is dressed in girls' clothes.
The grandson,
Roseanne
yes.
Roseanne and Dan is pro-Trump. Aunt Jackie,
yes.
Aunt Jackie is a nasty woman wearing her prissy hat and voted for Jill Stein, but supported Hillary.
She didn't vote for Hillary. There's one moment in the show where she says, "You got me so upset and so messed up. I voted for Jill Stein." Roseanne's like, "Who's Jill Stein?"
Some doctor. I saw that clip on Twitter.
That. Yeah.
I saw that clip on Twitter.
Yeah,
and then I thought it was. I thought they had from that clip. I thought it was a great moment between the two because going back to the older episodes, Roseanne and Jackie usually fuss and fight and every time. But even though they fuss and fought all the time, they still loved each other. And that scene right there showed that they still loved each other, even though that they have political differences.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and Roseanne, it was funny. When she said, "Let's say grace," she said grace, and when she ended, she said, "God, thank you for making America great again."
Yeah. I mean, and then not only that, the ratings. I heard about the ratings. It was through the roof. Over 18 million
18 million viewers.
Yeah. And they said, and when I read it, that people in California and New York was actually the lowest rated in for watching Roseanne, but in the Middle America,
it was the Midwest.
The Midwest, Middle America, Forgotten America was really put Roseanne over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that show is for. It is for Middle America. It's not for these coastal elites.
Yes. And listen, the president praised the show. He said, he talked about being a blue collar show, which it always was. And it was like,
yep.
And the new one is very blue collar also. Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
basically it's just Roseanne Barr as herself, but more of a eccentric character of herself. Roseanne has always been like that.
Yeah.
From her stand-up days up until now, she's always been like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they explained that basically season 9 of the original show was just completely forgotten about because remember, Dan died at the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole show was that it was Roseanne's story and they killed Dan off.
Yes, it was the book. That last season where they won the lottery.
Yeah,
that never.
They said that season was not a really good season. That was not a really good season for Roseanne.
And one thing I think is cool is that Dan wears CPAP, and I wear a CPAP. So
yeah.
And it was funny though. Roseanne was like, "Dan," and Dan was like, "Huh." And Roseanne says, "What happened?" She says, "I thought you were dead." Why does everybody keep thinking I'm dead? Yeah, and one thing, they have both Beckys on the show, but the original actress Lacey Goranson is playing Becky, and Sarah Chalk is portraying the woman who is using Becky as a surrogate mother and paying her $50,000 to be a surrogate mother for her.
Oh yeah.
So they've been able to utilize both Beckys.
Mm-hmm.
And
they also have to watch it.
DJ served in the military. His wife is still serving in the military. He has a mixed race child, which is Roseanne and Dan's grandkid. And Darlene, I believe her husband David, I think, died.
You talking about who? Which one?
Her character,
Mark?
Darlene. No, not Mark. Mark is her son. Mark was played by Johnny Galecki originally on the
that
show.
wasn't Mark,
or was that David? Was
that
it David or Mark? I can't remember which.
That was David. Mark, the guy that played Mark, actually died.
That's right. That's right. The actor. Yeah, the actor passed away. That's right.
I think they're mentioning
David
that on the show itself.
Is Johnny Galecki. Yes.
Yeah, the dude from
David is Johnny Galecki. Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory. Leonard on Big Bang Theory. Yeah. He's supposed to make a guest appearance or two on the new series.
Mm-hmm.
And also Estelle Parsons, who played Roseanne's mother, she's going to be out. She's going to be making a guest appearance or two.
Roseanne's mom. Oh, that's great. She was freaking hilarious. I loved her.
Oh yeah, Roseanne's mom.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Ned Beatty's going to be on there. He played a role during the original series. He was on the original series for a few episodes.
I wonder if Richard Mole is going to be on there.
Oh man, I love Richard Mole. Two-Face. He was the voice of Two-Face.
Richard Mole.
Also Bull on Night.
That was it.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Who was the dude that owned the restaurant that Roseanne worked at? Was that Richard Mole?
Oh gosh, no, I don't think so. I don't remember him being on that show. Can't remember who it was.
Martin Mole. That's who it is. Martin Mole.
Yeah, Martin Mole. That's the guy. Yeah,
I knew it was
Martin
Mole.
And Fred Willard, he made a guest appearance or two on the show, the original show.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I believe they said Johnny Galecki was going to be making an appearance or two. Estelle Parsons will be coming in as Roseanne's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And Darlene's got two kids. He has her oldest is Harris. Her youngest is Mark, the one that likes to dress like a kind of intergender dress.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, you know what? That's what life. That kind of reflects modern times.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we like it or not. I mean but that's what Roseanne wanted. I think that's what Roseanne wanted to do. That's what the producers wanted to do. They want to have a bit of a dialogue, and they want to, kind of.
Because the original Roseanne pushed the envelope a lot of times in the original series, and this is just her pushing the envelope again.
Yeah, I think so. But they also addressed healthcare on the show, the healthcare system.
Yeah, I saw the clip of that where Dan and Roseanne was swapping pills.
Yeah, that's a funny scene, by the way. That's a hilarious scene. Oh, and right before they said grace, Roseanne said, "Jackie, would you like to take a knee?" Which was referring, of course, to the NFL.
Oh man, I definitely have to check it out.
And then Roseanne talked about. Roseanne made a reference to real news.
Well, Roseanne tweeted out just a few hours ago about what would you like to see for season 11 of Roseanne, and maybe it's been renewed for another season.
I would love it if they season.
Yeah.
Hey, they brought back the X-Files.
Yeah, they did.
So,
and I tweeted to Roseanne. I said, do something with that's pro-gun and pro-Second Amendment.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I think I'm following Roseanne on Twitter too. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm following Roseanne on Twitter.
Yeah, she's great. I absolutely. She's just awesome. But yeah, you have to watch the show. You would have to really get the full context of it. It's great. The first two episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up on the internet and watch it.
I was laughing all the way through. I mean, I just absolutely loved it. I would give it a solid 9. The premiere is a solid 9 for sure.
Actually, it has been confirmed. It has been renewed for an 11th season.
Oh, great. Awesome.
13 episodes. 13 episodes.
13 episodes. Well, this season is 9 episodes because it's a mid-season replacement. So 10 is 9 episodes. So, hey, that's great. They're going to bring it back again. Nice. I will definitely be tuning in for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people is going to tune in for that because you know, it's the old adage, sex sells, and this is true with anything that's pro-Trump sells, especially in the middle America. And forget the coastal elites, you know, California and New York. Even though there's, you know, a handful of people that's pro-Trump in California and New York, and it's just mainly middle America.
Yeah.
You know, the celebrities love to call it flyover country.
Yeah, I would recommend you check out the first 2 episodes, then maybe tune into it on Tuesday night, 8 Eastern. It comes on at 8 Eastern on Tuesdays on ABC.
Crap. SmackDown's on at 8. I watch SmackDown. I'll watch it. I'll watch
okay.
I'll watch it online.
We can talk about it next week. You know, we can talk about how you felt about it. You know.
Yeah, we can do a Roseanne review. You know, for 9 episodes.
Yes.
I mean, you know, it's political commentary, people.
We devote a little section of our show to Roseanne. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea.
Exactly. Yep. But yeah, a lot of people loved it, and the mainstream media and all them hated it because it was so spot on. It was so spot on from what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, it left them scratching their heads like, how in the world did they get 18 million viewers? Well, because it's Roseanne, dummies. And her show, the original show always got high ratings. Yeah, the original series always got high ratings. So, series. You know, and they probably, I was just thinking, they probably made the decision to renew it based on the high ratings of the premiere. Yeah.
Now, was that 18 million total for both episodes?
With 18 million viewers, hell yeah, we're going to renew it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to be an idiot not to renew it. But was that 18 million for both episodes or 18 million for one episode?
Yes, for I guess for the 1 hour premiere because they showed 2 episodes back to back.
It wasn't a 2-parter, was it, or is it?
No, it wasn't a 2-parter.
Okay,
they were self-contained. They were both self-contained, so it wasn't a 2-parter.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got to be an idiot not to renew that.
I know. Yeah. So definitely, when you get a chance, I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Especially the first 2 episodes. I mean, I gotta say, I laughed all the way through. I mean, the jokes hit were just spot on. The jokes were good, and I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. You know, I used to not like Roseanne. I just didn't like her.
Yeah,
you know, but now, I mean, hey,
I think maybe it was her attitude. Her attitude has really changed a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she's matured. She's grown. She's really grown as a person. You know. And I like that. She's I think she's a different person now than she was when she first started the show.
Yeah,
the original series.
Because I mean, I remember she had that smarky, bitchy attitude, which I'm sure she still has being a little bitch in her, but you can tell. But you know, she had that attitude, and I think she's really changed. And I think it probably started after she divorced Tom Arnold. I think that's when she got changed.
I think he's supposed to make a guest appearance or 2.
Oh, Tom Arnold?
this season.
Oh, if I was Roseanne, I would not bring Tom Arnold back. She's crazy. That's gonna hurt the ratings right there. Is Tom Arnold?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Well, he's got to do something since he's not doing anything now.
Well, you know, George Clooney was actually on one of the early seasons of Roseanne.
Yeah, he was. He was like what, the first season, second season, maybe, because they were married for quite a while, and then they got a divorce.
It's funny to see. It was just so hilarious to see Jackie. You know, just acting out the stereotypical leftist. You know, with
I'm glad they used Jackie as the leftist, because I can see that. I can see that a lot in her.
She's kind of the foil. She's kind of the foil to Roseanne, you might say. She's kind of like the leftist foil to the conservative Roseanne. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Laurie Metcalf, she's a good actress. I really do like her.
She is.
And of course, John Goodman. Can John Goodman do any wrong now? Can John Goodman do any wrong nowadays? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
The guy's amazing. Always been a big fan of John Goodman.
Yeah, and like I said, I think John Goodman is a closet conservative. I think he is.
He probably is.
Conservative libertarian.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's several individuals who are sort of libertarian in that aspect, but they're conservative as well. Oh, I don't know if you've gotten your survey yet. I got a survey from the Trump. It's Trump Make America Great Again committee. I'm gonna send it in on Monday.
How did you get that?
They sent it to me. They just sent it to me.
I haven't got that yet.
I've already filled it out. You know, they just ask you some questions and you answer them, and then you send it back. So yeah. Now they're sending out surveys, which I think is great. Now I got some from the Republicans too, but you know, I'm not going to answer those, because I'm not really a Republican per se. Conservative. I don't identify with party.
I completely understand. I don't consider myself a Republican either, or a Democrat, or whatever. I'm an independent conservative, I guess you can call it.
And I do have some libertarian. I do have some libertarian leanings as well. So as I've gotten
because
older, I've become with certain things
are corrupt. Both parties are corrupt.
I've become, like I say, I've become a little more libertarian with some things.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older. So, like with gays, you know, gays don't bother me like they used to. I mean, although I really don't want to see them, you know, out in the streets and, you know, be in people's faces. You know, I mean, I know Rick Derrello personally. You know, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind that he's gay. You know, just like Jerry Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with it. So, I mean, I can get along with gay people. No problem at all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if here's the thing. As long as you keep it, you know, not out in the public where kids and everybody can see, you know. You know, it's your business. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your business.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. So that's pretty much with the Roseanne. So next week we're gonna discuss all 3 episodes of the Roseanne reboot.
Yeah,
which I think is going to be fantastic.
Oh yeah. You're gonna love it. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like it.
Yeah.
My mom watched it too. She said she saw it. She and I talked about it yesterday. We talked about it yesterday about the premiere. Yeah. There's things that my mom and I have in common. So, which is cool. It's always cool to talk to her about stuff
Mm-hmm.
that we have in common. So,
See here. I think that's pretty much it.
really?
Let's see. I'm trying to think anything else. Anything else happen?
Well, there was the Stormy Daniels interview
Oh yeah,
on
that's
60
right.
Minutes.
That's right. The Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
you know who. It goes to show how much I remember that. So from my understanding, I didn't even watch the interview. I heard it was a
I
big
didn't
nothing
either.
burger. Nothing. It was like
Yeah.
They compared it to Geraldo's Al Capone's vault. There was nothing in
The
it.
Al Capone thing. I saw that live in 1986. I watched that on television where Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault. All he found were like a few bottles, and that was about it.
I gotta say, I watched. I've actually seen clips of that, and he promoted the hell out of that pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
So
He absolutely did. As
there
far
was
as the Stormy Daniels
there was
interview,
rumor going around that she had dilated pupils. If people was
she
pointing out
did.
her
I mean,
dilated eyes, so that
yeah,
could mean anything.
you compare the way her eyes looked to the way her lawyer's eyes looked, and also Anderson Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes like that.
Yeah, some people compared her eyes for her being on cocaine. You know, I'm not saying she was on
Mm-hmm.
cocaine, but dilated pupils. She was on something because people wanted the dilated pupils. Go ahead.
That's like in light like this.
Mm-hmm.
My pupils are going to be small.
Mm-hmm.
In light like this, if it was dark, yeah, I mean, your eyes your pupils will expand when it's dark, but they don't expand. They light.
Yeah. Yeah, so she basically, and I didn't even watch the interview. I just read transcripts of the interview. She said that apparently they try to make Trump out to be some sort of pussy grabber and rapist. That's far from what she alleged would happen. And that's far from what the ex-playmate that came out last week said happened. I mean, Stormy Daniels said that it was all consensual. She agreed to it. He'd agreed to it. And apparently he treated it with her respect as well. And just like with the playmate, everything was treated well with the playmate and everything. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, one problem that I have is that, remember, it was like at first she came out and said it happened, then she said it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then she comes back again and says it did happen. So
she actually said in the interview she lied.
That to me, that to me is a major red flag.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna say if it happened, if indeed it did happen,
mm-hmm.
then you should say yes, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Hedging your bets and saying at first it happened, then it didn't happen. It happened. It didn't happen. And which is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then also CNN, good old CNN, had the power to bring in female Trump supporters and ask them after the Stormy Daniels interview if he still supported them.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious because every single one of them, even the black Trump supporter, were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to work to, we're going to work to, we're going to work on his reelection campaign." Their opinions about Trump had not changed one bit.
Yeah. And then I love that Monday. It was that Monday. His approval ratings came out, and they went skyrocketed. After the Stormy Daniels interview, his approval ratings went up.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
they did. That was. Yeah, that's not a good thing for you leftists. That's not good for you leftists. We've
here's the thing. If it
Yeah.
happened, which I kind of doubt that it did, but if it did happen, like we said weeks ago, months ago, who the hell cares? I don't care about Trump's sex life. You know, who cares about people's sex lives anymore? I mean, who freaking cares?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what bearing? My question is, what bearing does it have on the presidency now?
Yeah.
Number one. Oh, but there were some leftists that I know on Facebook who were saying, well, if he's deposed, he's going to lie under oath, and then he's going to pull a Bill Clinton if he's deposed.
Well,
I believe
they actually tried to depose Trump, and the judge shut that down.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
So he's not getting deposed anytime soon.
Nope. That up too. That a judge shot that down. Judge like, no, I will shut that shit down. No exceptions.
Judge Negan.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It didn't happen while he was president, unlike Bill Clinton. They try to compare apples to oranges with him and Bill Clinton. The difference is that Bill Clinton happened while he was in office. Trump was way before he was in office.
Also Bill oath.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing the leftists don't understand. They always say, well, he was impeached for a blowjob. No, he was impeached for lying under oath.
If that's the case, then every president since Washington needed to be impeached because of a blowjob in the White House. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you're right, Henry. He was impeached because he lied under oath. He said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. And boom, right there's the line.
Well,
and here's the thing.
Go ahead. Himself. That's the thing. He perjured himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you perjure yourself under oath, if you've given sworn testimony that you claim is true, if you give testimony that you say is true and you claim is true, and then later on you say, oh, well, let's say you claim this thing to be true under oath, and later on it's like, oh, well, no, it didn't happen. Yeah, let's say more facts come out and you have to admit that you lied under oath, that you perjured yourself. I mean, that can have, for any of us, that would have very, very dire consequences for any of us average citizens.
Yeah. Now, unless you're the Hillary Clinton, then you can get away with that. That'd be okay. But I'm glad you brought that up, because McCabe is back in the news. Now, let me bring up the article, because I posted it a little bit ago, and this is going to be shocking. And speaking of McCabe, while I bring the article up, he actually, someone, I don't know if it was McCabe himself or someone that's a fan of McCabe, or maybe he's a friend or family member, but they set up a GoFundMe page for McCabe to help with legal bills. And he raised over $300,000 on that GoFundMe page. Okay, speaking of McCabe, and this has been reported by the Gateway Pundit, McCabe lied 4 times to the DOJ, FBI, and twice to Inspector General Horowitz under oath. Jim Jordan revealed on Fox News to Fox News host Laura Ingraham on Thursday evening that disgraced former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe lied repeatedly to the Justice Department. And Laura Ingraham posted in a tweet that says, we've got exclusive info about the firing of FBI's Andrew McCabe, Jim Jordan, and Rep. Mark Meadows to reveal. This is Jordan, and this is a quote taken from the transcript from the interview. He said, McCabe didn't lie just once. He lied 4 times. He lied to Comey. He lied to the Office of Professional Responsibility. And He lied twice under oath to the Inspector General. Remember, this is Andrew McCabe, Deputy Director of the FBI. This is Andrew McCabe. The text messages between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page talking about Andy's office, the meeting where they talked about the insurance policy in case Donald Trump is actually president of the United States. 4 times he lied about leaking information to the Wall Street Journal. Let's see here. Ex-FBI director, FBI deputy director Andrew McCabe admitted Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, that's not really a big shocker.
Yeah.
To be quite honest. I mean, but 4 times, gosh.
Yeah. If I was McCabe, I would take the Hillary Clinton defense. Ex-FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe admitted Saturday he was confused and distracted when he was talking to investigators about alleged misconduct during the 2016 investigation of Trump campaign. Earlier this month, Jeff Sessions fired McCabe on the recommendation of the FBI disciplinary officials. And then it's just going to say that about his firing. But yeah, apparently he lied 4 times. And yeah, things are not looking good for Andrew McCabe. He's the house of the fallen cards. Everything's gonna collapse because of him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the guy, he just, I don't know. It seems like he just, if he's going to continue to perjure himself, then he could find himself in some hot water as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's just
so speaking of Hillary Clinton, she's back in the news, God forbid.
Oh God.
She actually spoke to, I think, some sort of university this past week, and her speaking fee actually decreased about 90%. She usually gets, upwards to $500,000 per speaking engagement. Well, her speaking engagement cost $25,000. So major decrease. And she was up there, doing what Hillary does best, lying, crapping on Trump, crapping on people that supported Trump and everything. All while while she was in a cast, she had an arm cast on. So apparently it was reported that she slipped and fell in her tub, which that sounds believable because that woman cannot stand up. She needs one of those she needs one of them chairs that sits in the tub. So that she won't fall.
Drunk off her ass, probably what it was.
But maybe she fell down some stairs again. I don't know. She needs life alert really bad. All them times she falls.
No, there's Democrats that don't even like her. There's even some Democrats that are. They're like, we don't want this unlikable bitch.
Yeah, they are so desperate for her to go away. When she actually spoke of that, she said, those people that telling me, and I'm just paraphrasing here, those people that telling me that I need to go away is sexist. I am not going anywhere. So we haven't seen the last of Hillary Clinton. The only time we see her, the last time we see her is, going behind bars, all right? That's the only last time we see her. That we can see her.
Mm-hmm.
But
if anybody is a deplorable, it would be there. Yeah. Going back to Roseanne for a second. When Darlene, because Jackie came to pick her up, Darlene opens the door. She says, "Hello, deplorable."
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Jackie says, "Hello, deplorable."
What's up, deplorable?
Yeah. What's up, deplorable? Yeah, that was
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta watch that. As soon as I get off from here, I'm gonna have to look it up and watch it.
Yes, you should. You should. It's great.
I'll make some notes and we can discuss 1, 2, and 3 next week.
Yeah, sweet.
So yeah, I think let's see here. Anything else happen? Trump actually went to Ohio to talk about his infrastructure plan. Missed that speech. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Well, I think that's something in the country, and we've talked about it here on the show.
Yeah,
We've talked about how important infrastructure is. I mean, we had that bridge collapse in Florida, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
That bridge wasn't even open to the public yet,
Mm-hmm.
and it collapsed. And killed people. So, but yeah, it's just that. Yeah, I think infrastructure. Yeah, certainly. You don't ever want to go over a bridge that might be considered unsafe. You don't want to.
Yeah. And plus those the train crashes that's been keeping happening constantly as well.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be taken care of. The Amtrak trains. So yeah.
Yes, I agree.
See, I think that's pretty much it in the news today. I think we've discussed all the main points that happened. All the main. Actually, Kim Jong-un visit China this past week. So I wonder what that all about is.
Mm.
Kim Jong-un visit the China's president. So I'm wondering what that's going to entail in the upcoming weeks and months. Trump actually said that we're getting out of Syria soon. So that's good news. I'm glad to hear that. That might be thanks to the incoming National Security Advisor, John Bolton, because of that, getting out of Syria. Because McMaster, he was so adamant on staying in Syria, and I think John Bolton maybe is getting out of that. Are you still there, Henry, or are you froze up on me?
No, I'm not frozen up. I'm here.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was froze up.
No, I'm fine. So I guess we can go into local news now.
Yeah, all right. You got some local news for us?
Yes, I actually have a couple of stories, and one of them is it's a problem, but it can also be considered a national problem because you've probably gotten a phone call or two from somebody selling something or saying, "I represent so and so."
I know. I'm glad you brought that up because I got a phone call twice, a couple times now, about this woman wants to sell me life insurance. I've already got life insurance.
Well, as soon as I get the link, yeah, I mean, because apparently there's Adams County Sheriff scam calls. Okay, scammers are again using the name of the Adams County Sheriff's Office to obtain money from citizens. ASCO has been notified by several people that the scammers are using names of actual deputies, saying that they have a bench warrant for failure to appear in federal court. ACSO said, please do not give out any personal information over the phone and do not purchase Green Dot, Money Pack, or other money transfer cards. They are getting phone numbers to be on the lookout for at this time. If you have received a call that you are unsure of, please notify ACSO, that's the Adams County Sheriff's Office, and there's a local phone number that you can call to let the sheriff's office know, hey, I got a phone call from someone claiming to be the Adams County Sheriff's Office, and that's something to be on the lookout for. Just you got to make sure that you've probably heard of people getting calls from these organizations that claim to be raising money for police, like the policeman's ball or whatever.
Now that is scary right there. Them actually finding out
Things
actual
like
sheriff's
that.
names and using their names to do that. Now that is freaking scary.
It is. It's very frightening. So that's something to be on the lookout for. That's something for anybody to be in every state, not just in
Yeah.
Mississippi, in other states as well.
Yeah, because if they can do it in Mississippi, they can sure as heck do it in West Virginia
Okay,
and Florida and everything else.
all right. We talked about last week, if you remember, our governor, Cindy Heights, the agriculture of Mississippi, to replace Thad Cochran, who is leaving office next month. So, well, our governor has now appointed a new agriculture commissioner. Breaking: Governor appoints Gibson as new agriculture commissioner. After Cindy Hyde-Smith was appointed to the U.S. Senate as Thad Cochran's replacement, it left an opening for a new commissioner for the Mississippi Department of Agriculture. Governor Bryant has chosen State Representative Andy Gibson to fill the remainder of Hyde-Smith's term. I'm delighted that Andy has accepted the appointment as Mississippi's next Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce, Governor Phil Bryant said. As a farmer, he is uniquely qualified to immediately assume the responsibilities of the agency and continue to grow Mississippi's agricultural economy. Agribusiness is our state's largest industry, and Chairman Gibson's professional and public experience makes him well suited for this opportunity. Gibson represents District 77, Rankin and Simpson counties, and is a member of the Mississippi Bar Association and Mississippi Cattlemen's Association, so he is no stranger to the agriculture industry. He is well known for his strong views on the Second Amendment and has strongly defended the right to enhance concealed carry permit holders' rights, which recently caused a stir regarding athletic events on college campuses. Thank you, Governor Bryant, for this unique opportunity to serve all Mississippians, Gibson said. I'm eager to build upon the excellent work Cindy Hyde-Smith has accomplished for Mississippi farmers, and I'll be actively exploring ways to further strengthen agriculture as the largest industry of our state. I want to see Mississippi agriculture and commerce grow and thrive for the next generation. You can bet I'll work hard to reach that goal. At the conclusion of the 2018 legislative session, Gibson was awarded Conservative Legislator of the Year by the Mississippi Legislative Conservative Coalition House. Upon receiving the award, he said that he will display it in a particular spot. During his legislative service, Gibson served on the House Agriculture, Appropriations, Ways and Means, County Affairs, Insurance, Municipalities, and Transportation Committees, among others. He was treasurer for the Mississippi Legislative Conservation Coalition from 2010 to 2017, and treasurer for the Mississippi House Republican Conference from 2012 to 2016. I'll display the Eagle of Freedom above my gun cabinet for now, Gibson said. Gibson has owned and managed a cattle operation in Simpson County for more than 20 years and a tree farm since 2004. He is a member of the Mississippi Cattlemen's Association and the Simpson County Development Foundation. Gibson received a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in 1999 from Mississippi College and a Juris Doctorate from Mississippi College School of Law in 2002, graduating first in his class of 113 students. He was active in the Christian Law Students Association and was editor-in-chief of the Mississippi College Law Review. He has been in private law practice since 2002. He is a Baptist minister and has served as pastor of Gum Springs Baptist Church since 2011. He and his wife, Leslie, have been married since 2001. They have 4 children, Joseph, Benjamin, Abigail, and Sarah. They reside on their small working farm in Simpson County. Gibson's appointment will be effective April 2nd. That's Monday. He will serve the remainder of the term. The term runs through January 2020, and the statewide election will take place in November of 2019. So, very exciting news that's going on here in the Magnolia State. And he sounds like he's going to be a good choice, a really great choice for
absolutely
for ag commissioner. a good
Yeah,
replacement
especially
for Cindy
for the
Hyde.
Second Amendment, right there. We need those people.
Mm-hmm. Especially, as a replacement, for Cindy Hyde Smith. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
All right, was that it?
Yeah. So I'm sure you have something to discuss locally.
Did you have another one?
No, I was waiting for you.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so the weather is getting a little bit warmer, and this
Mm-hmm.
is a PSA for everybody, not just us. Warmer weather heats up potential for burglary potential. With the weather finally acting normal as of March 29th of 2018, it is the opportune moment to start taking care of the lawn and do some spring cleaning. But back in 2010, then new Princeton resident Albert Morris did not receive such a warm welcome. I came out and my truck was cleaned out, Morris said. We didn't have a tool left, not one. Morris's truck was burglarized by thieves who saw his power tools as their target. They just popped the back glass on the top, open on the top, and then help themselves. Morris said, "Of course, now we don't keep any tools back there anymore. I keep everything up in the cab now, locked up. At least it's a little bit more secure." Like Morris, Lieutenant Gary Woods of Mercer County Sheriff's Department advises anyone to secure their property, invest in video surveillance, and keep a written list of details of their possessions in case it gets bad for more. In case bad goes to worse. And if it's anything of interest to you, make sure you secure and write down the serial numbers for that item and a very valid description of it so that you can provide that to law enforcement in the unfortunate event that it disappears. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, even though burglaries occur, year round, it's more likely to occur in the warmer weathers because a lot of people, have their stuff out, they forget to lock it up. So just be aware of that. People can rob you blind anytime, especially now with people going to packages on the door. Amazon and UPS leaves packages on the door. Anybody can walk up and get it. Get like one of them security cameras, face it at your door, make sure nobody can come and steal your package right off of you.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and invest into a gun, buy ammo, buy lots of guns, buy lots of ammo, because you never know what's going to happen. I was kind of like that. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to be real careful these days.
Yep,
for sure.
Let me look on here, make sure I got. Let's see. I'm trying to think if everything's. If we discussed everything, and I think we did. I think, yeah. I think we covered all the main points that happened this week. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and end this right now, and last show of March. I hope everyone that's watching has a happy Easter, happy Passover. I hope everyone had a good Friday, and we will see you here next week, the 6th of April, April 6th. But
if they cannot wait to see us, they can check us out. Yeah, tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, Webcasting Dead. We're going to be discussing 2 episodes. We're going to discuss The Key and Do Not Send Us Astray.
Yes, 2 very good episodes of The Walking Dead these past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot believe that we're like 2 more episodes until the season's done?
3 episodes left this season. Yes.
3 more episodes till the season's done. Wow. That's been very fast couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast.
Now,
so let's see.
One thing we may do is if we decide to watch Fear the Walking Dead, we can do a review of it every week because one of the characters in The Walking Dead, Morgan, is going to be on Fear the Walking Dead.
I have not watched Fear the Walking Dead yet. I gotta watch seasons 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to find and check it out because I know Morgan. Yeah, like you said, Morgan's gonna be on there, and hopefully it'll be good
Mm-hmm.
with Morgan on it because Lenny James does a great job. He's a tremendous actor. But let's see here. All right, so yeah, tomorrow night is the Webcasting Dead. 2 episodes of The Walking Dead we're going to discuss. But we didn't do it last week because I had a freaking blizzard out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. It's a blizzard, so hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it'll be cleared off and no blizzard tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But yeah, then next week, next Friday is going to be another not mainstream. And then at the end of April, April 25th, is going to be the X Cast, and we're going to discuss, 2 more classic episodes of the X Files, Monday and Hollywood AD.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went on ahead and rewatch Monday and Hollywood AD. Henry, there is going to be a huge, huge twist at the end of Monday. Go ahead and watch it now. Go ahead and watch it now, and then you can tell me all about it. And then you can watch it again, like the day before, the night before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna love Monday. Hollywood
Okay.
AD. I think maybe Hollywood AD. It's more of a comedic tone, and I think you might like that one too. It was
Okay.
actually
Cool.
written and directed by David Duchovny, and it's all right. I
Ah.
give it, yeah. So it's pretty good, and it's season 6, episode 14, I believe, for Monday, and then season 7 was, I forgot the episode number, but it was Hollywood AD. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely check that out. But let's go into this, and so yeah, happy
Yep.
Easter, happy Passover, happy Good Friday. See you here next week for another Not Mainstream. On that note, good night, everybody. God bless America, and God bless President Donald J. Trump.